Promotion D-Day for Kilmarnock. The Rugby Park team have been well out of sorts since their cup exit to St Johnstone 6 weeks ago and have slipped down the table. At one stage they were challenging Raith Rovers for the title. Now they're 4 points behind Dunfermline in third place with a make-or-break match at East End Park tomorrow. Chick Young has this report.
Person through the gap for Bonds, he's onside. It's a great chance for Kilmarnock. Tommy Bonds, and it's bounced over the bar.
This may well be the moment that Kilmarnock's season came off the rails. A story of heroic failure against St Johnstone in the Tennant Scottish Cup. A high for Killie at the time, but a performance which was to introduce hiccups on the promotion run, which in turn may lead to a no-reward third place in the promotion run-in. And Tommy Burns is the first to admit it.
It's been a long time since Kilmarnock's played to that standard of football and everything like that. I think we've suffered through that because the guys get a taste of the big time and the media attention and everything like that. And then after leaving that, coming off the back of that game, we had to go to Dumbarton and play, and out to Stenhouse and we had to play Stirling Albion and teams like that. And it's going from one extreme to the other. And that's been the problem. The big games we've always managed to get ourselves lifted for this year and played very, very well in the big games. But it's against the teams that people would look at us and think we're going to beat them that we've struggled a bit.
Kilmarnock as a club and you as a manager have taken the big gamble, Tommy. You've spent big. What happens if the unthinkable does come to pass and you don't go up?
Well, I think possibly like many other clubs, Chick, we'd have to just sort of take stock and virtually it would be starting all over again, because there's been £1 million, just over £1 million spent in players to come to Kilmarnock over the past 3 years. And if it fails, then it's just a question of getting back and we're just starting all over again and just taking the club right back to the bones, if you like, and just starting with young players and trying to build a team.
So what you're saying is that for yourself and Billy Stark and George McCluskey and the older guys, you really have to do it?
We know we have to do it, Chick, aye.
Any doubts in your mind?
No doubts. No doubts. We know we can only go and give everything we've got, and you can't be criticised for failing if you give everything you've got.
9 points clear of the promotion struggle beneath them are Raith. Tomorrow they're at Somerset Park. Meanwhile, Stirling Albion and Meadowbank play a vital relegation game at Ochilview.
Raith Rovers took the champagne with them to Somerset Park today, but they won't be drinking it because it finished goalless. Significantly, Dunfermline and Kilmarnock were playing for the second promotion place at East End Park. Alistair Alexander was there to see it.
A magnificent fight back down by Dunfermline in the second half after being 2 goals down. Really boosted their hopes for promotion. Kilmarnock holding a 2-goal lead, looked to be in command. In 52 minutes, Callum Campbell took a McCluskey pass to make it 1-0, and then 65 minutes, Sean McSkimming, the goal of the season, who ran 60 yards through the entire Dunfermline defence to plant the ball into the empty net. It looked as if Kilmarnock were on their way, but in 75 minutes, a Tommy Wilson own goal gave Dunfermline a lifeline, and 2 minutes later, substitute Roddy Grant sent over a cross, and Scott Leach headed a fine equaliser to give Dunfermline a share of the points and to really boost their promotion hopes for the Premier Division next season. The final scoreline again from East End Park: Dunfermline 2, Kilmarnock 2.
Yes, that's a real disappointment for Kilmarnock. They really looked as if they had those 2 points sewn up, but not so. Raith Rovers, though, still 9 points clear. They surely will be champions and win promotion. Dunfermline now on 48 points. Hamilton Accies on 44. They had quite an afternoon. 4-0 they won at Central Park, Cowdenbeath. Cowdenbeath already relegated, of course. Paul MacDonald got 1, but Kenny Ward got 3, and they all came in the second half. So Hamilton Accies by no means out of it, on the same points mark as Kilmarnock. And St Mirren this afternoon had a comfortable win at Clydebank. Barry Lavetti and Eddie Gallagher were the scores there. At the bottom, Stirling Albion and Meadowbank was, I suppose, the relegation contest. It finished all square at 2 goals each. And
it was second against third in this game, with Kilmarnock desperate to take the points and close the gap. But Dunfermline were in charge in the early stages. Scott Leach firing just wide on that occasion. But it was Kilmarnock who came closest in the first half. The ball falling to Callum Campbell. His shot struck the post, hit keeper Lindsay Hamilton and rebounded to safety. 3 minutes into the second half, Dunfermline had a strong penalty claim turned down. There's panic at the Killie goal line and Tommy Wilson appears to handle. The ball is eventually cleared, but the appeals continued, although they didn't impress referee Douglas Hope. The deadlock was broken after 53 minutes. George McCluskey was sent away down the right. He crossed for Callum Campbell to net. "12 minutes later, Kilmarnock turned defence into attack and went 2 ahead thanks to a superb solo effort by Sean McSkimming. A brilliant goal, much appreciated by his teammates. Dunfermline replied 10 minutes later with a goal courtesy of Killie defender Tommy Wilson. Under pressure from Scott Leach, he slipped the ball past Geddes and into his own net. Spurred on by that, Dunfermline went hunting the equaliser and got it within 2 minutes. Scott Leach found substitute Roddy Grant out in the right, and when he crossed, Leach was waiting unmarked to head the ball into the net and earn a point for the Powers.